and welcome to our new session altogether. Just all right, so this meeting is all about this absolutely a new structure that I'm going to be showing you in a few minutes. And this entire recording is specifically designed just to explain you the next level of a program that has been designed by me right now, which is something I'm very much excited with. So without wasting much time, my name is Amit Nath. I am the founder, mentor, as well as a serial entrepreneur right now, heading to this next level, which is called as UHP. This is the game of urban hunting. All right. So let me tell you what's exactly in this entire program, why it is important for people. So I'm going to give you a snippet probably in a very short time, just to show you the entire bigger structure of what exactly is this. So if you're watching this, probably you might have got the link from some of the very known people or very close people. Otherwise, this is a highly confidential information which right now nobody knows about. So if you are here, congratulate yourself because you are one of the chosen one. You are very, very close to me. So without wasting any more further time, let me dive down deeper into what exactly is UHP and what is this entire program is all about. Well, just before I give you a kind of a snippet of this UHP, let me also tell you that this is a kind of a tried, tested structure that I have already done and designed. So let me show you what all things we have right now here. So when I talk about UHP, the UHP is completely a course which is designed keeping in mind about the people's activations, efficiency levels, strength, and their inner strength as well. So the entire structure, as I'm showing it to you, this comprises of a total of around 45 days, but typically this can be done in less than 37 days. So what I have for you is the entire map of what exactly this program is all about, and I'm going to give you an entire data structure of it. So let's begin. So UHP, as I said, it is divided into multiple classes, and I have designed more than 7 sessions right now. So I'm going to show you the part 1 of this entire thing right now, and I'll be showing you in the page 2 the remaining part of it. So this entire session, as I said, it is divided into so many classes, and each class talks about the class inductions. Why hunter and this game of urban hunting? So in the class induction, I would like to give you a kind of an insight here. We're going to talk about more about the overview and the induction sessions, about congratulating participants who have actually made so far, because this is something which normal people would not be able to get. In the due course of time, I also talk about what is UHP, is entire fundamentals, and how exactly we can talk about. So this is the first class where you understand the fundamentals, the foundation sessions, PBR, rules and regulations, and course overview as well. So let's go into the course overview and the induction. So just to give you a kind of an insight here, we're going to start with the history of where exactly the urban hunting starts with, what are the kind of requirements that has actually given rise to this urban hunting, the traditional methods, why hunting was required in business, and I want to talk to you also about CBT, which is the current business techniques. So as I'm talking to you guys, the current business techniques, which is typically divided into 4 different types, and I'm going to teach people on much more deeper level into how do you see all these business processes right now. Typically the current business practice, they have this 4 to 5 different kind of structures where they build and wait, build, shout and wait, build, shout, serve and wait, build, teaser, word of mouth and wait, build, taster, and they have joint ventures and still wait and hope. So typically I'm going to show you all this different structure in details. So let's go back. We also going to be talking about why the current model is still an inefficient method of execution, and people year after year, month after month, and probably I'll say ages after ages has been doing the same mistake. And now we will be taking you to the next level of why urban hunters are really required, who are probably, I'll say, the avengers of the next level of business evolution. So here I'm going to introduce my principles. It's called Amit Nath's teams principle. And as I said, there's all this trial technique and technologies and everything has been tried, tested, and I'm talking to you only after I have got results into this. So I'm going to give you my quadrant, the 4 quadrant I'm going to give you. People call me Dada because I'm more known as an elder brother. So Dada means elder brother in my language. So as I said, I'm going to share all the Dada principles as well here. So coming to the second part, which is called as PBR. PBR stands for present business requirements. How exactly the present business can actually show you how the hunters has been required here. I'm going to show you about what are the what ifs. That means what if this entire business model is changed into a different kind of subject lines. I'm going to show you about the scope of this entire hunting business process and why this is the modern's best version of I'll say an evolution of the most managed mankind. I call it as the Homo sapiens futurists. All right, so that's going to be the core, the course concept about the uniqueness of this entire structure. I want to talk to you about the rules and regulations, terms and conditions, and the sign of kickoff acknowledgements and the commitments that would be required for us to have you as participants and candidates if you're watching this. And next, I'm going to show you about the course overview also in the first day. So I'm going to talk to you about what kind of scheduled dates and times going to be there, where exactly you have to submit your assignments, how your accountability partner is going to be working along with you. And I'm going to give you a dojo along with a scorecard where you can figure out what's your score and how is your score matrix going to be looking forward to high and efficient implementation of this entire program. The course structure I want to talk to you. Okay, now talking about course structure, the course has something called as the set LFCI principle. So set LFCI principle, I'm going to talk in details a little bit under that. So which talks about the stranger AIDA formula, inquiry of curiosity, trust of transformation, lead to the version 2.0, fan friends forever kind of a concepts. We talk about how the consumer works, consumer mindset works, and ultimately we're going to talk about the infection of positive virality. So these are certain titles which are itself a huge books by itself that still requires a lot of understanding. So this is very, very initial for me to give you a detailed understanding of what these guys are. But when I say the course comprises of all these things, which typically is, I feel it is missing in the present curriculum of some of the biggest, most prestigious brands of marketing, branding, and management institutions. Cool. So having said that, I'm going to talk to you also about something called as the future pacing of what exactly Hunter is all about. And at the end of the session, I have a bonus class. So I'm going to give you a kind of a small snippet of glimpse of what exactly is the bonus class comprises is all about. So here I'm going to talk about what's in the store and how UBH, the urban business hunting functions, what kind of growth rate it has, what is the global demand of it. And I want to show you in terms of currency, what is the best numbers that can be achievable by a human person in single-handedly. Guys, I've just got a sniffing of it, but trust me, this is way more than technically that is right now. I can actually possibly design this entire, this mind map. Good. So that's going to be the class 0. I call it as class 0 because here you're going to get the entire overview of what's going to happen, how it's going to happen, rules and regulations and all these things. Next, coming to the next class, that is the class 1. That is the first class. I'm going to give you your BMW. How does that sound? Cool. So BMW stands for what? BMW. Okay, let me come back to it. But before that, I'm going to talk to you about the mindset of being a hunter. Now, normal person wouldn't even think of even doing it. Guys, I'm telling you upfront, this is not for the people who like stable job, handy kind of thing, 9 to 5 kind of guys. Absolutely no. You need to come out of your house. You need to be uncomfortable. You need to have a lot of other things to become, a very potential hunter. Guys, understand. I want to talk to you about why we do what we do and how a hunter has to be the next level programmer. I'm not talking about the IT-based programming guy, but I'm going to talk to you about the programming of his lifestyle, his hunting, his process, his inventory management systems, his way of looking into this game. He's going to look at everything which the programmer does before he starts with his programming, the flow chart and putting all these things into program. Next is I'm going to give him something where he will call us the Jugaad Joker. Now, Jugaad is a Hindi terminology which talks about resourcefulness, and Joker is the trump card, which is always there in the pack of cards, right? The next thing is the key maker. So who is a key maker? If you have lost your key, if you don't know how to open the things, the key maker knows exactly how to make a template and get inside and open the Pandora's box. I'm going to also show you about how a hunter actually lives in a world beyond this world. And this is something where you understand that the hunter is not a normal guy. He can actually design any game if you give him a ball or a bat, right? So not literally meaning ball and bat, but understand someone invented a round sphere and someone had a stick, and now they have invented hockey, baseball, cricket, and so many other combination of games just by setting the rules, just by making people watch this game and get entertainment. So now I'm talking about that world where you can design your own game plan of your business. So typically a hunter also becomes a kind of an astrologer who can forecast and actually do a kind of fortune teller, come a seller, a fortune seller as well, for so many people who really wants a hunter to be with them. Coming to the next level, it's called as living the dream life in actual. So hunter is somebody who is right now living the dream life of a lot of people who just imagine how to live the life. So as I'm talking to you, this is the next version of the highly skilled Navy SEALs who are super trained, supercharged, and they live a life which is a super luxury life as well. So as I said, it is up to you. Luxury might not be staying into a kind of a big villa, but it might be having your own freedom and choice and authority. What is the freedom? Typically, that's the authority of saying no. Well, with that, let me come back from the mindset to the BMW that I promised. So BMW stands for body, mind, and wisdom. In this entire session, this is the class one of it, where I'm going to divide entire this program into these 3 levels, and you will be put into certain kind of a structure where you have this body, mind, and wisdom can be like an evolution to the next level. So let's work on the body. So body, when I say, I'm talking about the image, the endurance, and the strength. When I say image, it is all about your image building and how you're going to be looked at, your credibility structures, and all those the so-called the superficial elements, how people perceive you. Your endurance is all about how you are consistent and persistent in making your competence and confidence. Strength is not just about the physical fitness, but also the fitness that you can support with your own self in multiple conditions, circumstances, factors, environments, and climatic conditions, and even the business conditions as well. Now, talking about the mind, here I'm talking about the attitude, the data sniffing. Data sniffing is all about how you basically have a lot of things in different places, but you sniff out the exact requirement. Otherwise, you're going to get lost with such a huge amount of data which is lying about, right? The next thing, what I'm talking about is going to be reasoning and analysis. Well, I'm not talking about the CETs and the so-called the examinations that we have given after your PUC and standard 12th. I'm not talking about those kind of banking examinations where you have to put reasoning, but I'm going to talk about real-time business reasoning and analysis, how exactly to put forward. Here, you don't have to understand the stocks, broking, and probably the share markets and equity and all those things. No, I'm talking about a next level of reasoning by which you will be able to sniff the right amount of business, right amount of time, right amount of people involved in it, and the right amount of decisions required where you're going to be making a change. The second last point is all about logic, how we want to put our logic in your favor and how we can create this amazing real-time live show, which is going to happen in this live businesses. And then you're going to have this huge capacity, which I call it as RAM, random access memory. And you should have this awesome structure by which you can pull out data immediately and you can use them at your own mercy. So that's all about the mind. Not talking about the wisdom, I'm talking about various kind of wisdom. So there are 2 different kind of wisdom I'm going to talk about. One is the inbuilt structure and one is the learnable structure. Now let us see what is inbuilt. Inbuilt is all about the genetic environment, experience, and the acquired kind of talent that you have. We're going to go deeper, probably 2x into on understanding each one's capacities, capabilities, and different kind of things that they already have, the talent that have already acquired through their exposures, experiences, and the environment where they have grew. So this is one way of looking into the talent. The next is the learnable quotient, where I'm talking about when people would be shared or people would be given those kind of a structure where they would be planning their own exposure. Okay, they'll be getting to that uncomfortable situations live with me as they're doing it. Not only that, they will be also getting to the next level of spiritual understanding, because unless and until you understand the spirits, how it exactly works with them. Okay, no ghost stuff here, but I'm talking about your unconscious level, law of attraction, and all these things that we have seen, heard probably from ages. Now exactly we're going to be doing it. Right. With that, let's Understand the third part of the learnable skill is when you don't have any books, you don't have any mentors, and you don't have any path, you make your own path, and that's called as the self-driven learnable structure. So with that, we come to an end of the class 1, where this is the entire thing which is going to be held up. Now coming to the class 2, which I call it as the LOC. Well, LOC doesn't stand for line of control, but it stands for live omnichannel connecting. How exactly you can be live? That means you are actually there. And omnichannel is omnipotential, omnipresent. That means you are present on multiple places at the same time, and you are able to connect to those things which normal people wouldn't be able to do. Now, the same question relates to me. How did I connect to such a huge amount of highly qualified brands, which normal people never even think? Brands like Mercedes-Benz, Suzuki, Samsung, Sony, Arvind, Roymans, and international brands as well. How I was able to do all these things in less than just 90 days. And that's going to be the next level of this live omnichannel connecting. Here I'm going to talk to you about all these things, where how you can, become somebody who can be seen when needed. I mean, you are the first name when people think of. How you can become the Messiah in suit. Okay, so that's why I call it as the men in black, who are right now killing all the high levels of business problems and the issues. How you can become an OMA. OMA stands for one-man army. You can become somebody who can control the online, offline, integrated, and sub-reported wizards. So you right now get into the next level of wizard who understands that controls the entire game of this new level of business. And next is how you can become the credible guy by being incredible. So cool. So that's all about the class 1 and the class 2. So now let us understand the next level and in the page number 2. So let's continue from here. So page number 2 is all about the class 3. So class 3, I'm going to talk to you about something called as the business of being version 2.0. Let's go a little deeper. So I'm going to talk to you about the structure of how this urban business hunting works. In class 3, I'm going to talk to you about what is called as lead hunter, how exactly called as a facilitator, what exactly is the structure of representations of business, and then I'm going to talk to you about the AMCs and the success fee structure, how you can actually make the money and the fortune actually talking to you. All right. So now I'm going to talk to you about what exactly the success structure, where you can reinvest it on the company, network the investors, and now you are a part of the equity market as well. So cool, guys. It is not going to be a very tough thing, but when you reach to that level, then you can understand you are no longer just controlling the game, but you are the owner, authority of the game, and that is called as the ATM. ATM stands for Authority Trust Matrix, and that's the foundation of all the structures what I'm showing you guys. Coming to the the fourth class. So fourth class is a little bit of a lengthy class, which I call it as the POP menu. POP menu stands for the psychology of prospects without meeting, talking, and seeing face to face. I want to talk to you about how exactly you can technically understand any prospects without even meeting, and by which I'm going to show you about how do you keep your record, or that's called as journal registering, and how do you record your data. Then I'm going to give you something called as rubber ducking, where you will be talking to somebody who loves you better than your mom and dad, and that's going to be somebody which is just your soul. So how can you do a rubber ducking, which is like talking to your soul and getting the right options in front of you. The last point in class number 4 is the perception creation. It's all about perception, and this is how it happens. Okay, how you show is how you are perceived, and how you are perceived is how you get priced for your value exchange. And then I'm going to discuss about what exactly happens in the bonus sections. So as I'm talking to you guys, this gives me a lot of excitement to share you that this entire thing, what happens in class 4, is just a very, very, the basics of this entire huge game of hunting that I'm talking about. In class 5, I give you a live demonstration of how exactly I will do live hunting in front of you. Yes, it's going to be live. I'm going to share your screen and I'm going to go live online hunting. I'll be scanning a prospect. I'm going to give his entire gem personality. I'm going to give his performance and preference types. I'm going to exactly do something called as the camo flag. It is not camouflage. It's called camo flag. How I'm going to figure out, without even meeting this guy, if he is the right potential candidate for us to talk, or do we need to tweak our entire business strategies, or there are multiple areas out there, and how exactly the hunting can be basically, be a kind of a magnetic hunting rather than getting into a forceful running behind hunting. So we're going to go to all those structures, guys, and we create something called as a trap, and we create something called as the foreskin. So I'm going to teach you in class number 6 something called as the practical implication of how this urban hunting business works. Okay, I'm talking about UHB now, urban hunting business works, right? So now I'm going to talk to you about all the different kind of industries. There are more than 31 different kind of industries are there. So I'm not reading it here, I'm just making a note of it. So there are more than 31 industry types are there, for which I would be only talking to you about the 11 things that I know. Okay, I do not know everything, guys. I'm also still studying, but still I'm saying I have got way more to go. So I'm going to share to only about the things that I know. I'm going to give you an insight of how this entire industry of 31 different industries are right now there, and out of which only 11 is something that I have explored. I still have a long miles to go, but this 11 has a huge potential, guys. I'm going to share you, when I say the potential, I want to talk to you about the scopes and creating a game of Maya. So if you guys do not know what is Maya, so Maya is all about most advanced yet adorably affordable. So how do you make this entire perspective of this value by which you are now getting noticed, you are now getting credible, and with that credibility, you not only get money, recognition, name, fame, but you also get something which is called as the success. So here, when I say success, you get into a position where you automatically get prospect, automatically get client, and automatically get a welder or a bridger who actually can be somebody banking guys, investors, mediators, something like that. Okay, so guys, don't misunderstand. I am not gonna be sharing you something on mergers and acquisitions of business, but I'm gonna give you something without even owning a company. You can actually rule over this entire industry. Cool, guys. That's gonna be something where I'm gonna teach you about a little bit on passive pitching, how exactly you can pitch without you being on the forefront, how you can create your amazing image in front of your client, prospect, vendor, partner, supplier, whichever other people they are, and how you can actually lead them to a joint venture initiation. And now, since you know a little bit of closing model, I'm going to give you some structure of direct closing, affiliate closing, mediated closing, or closing through tenders, and then you become somebody called as the virtual closing structure as well. So when I say all these things, the next point is all about how do you initiate the business process, how do you close the business process, how do you launch it, and then you take validation and you go to the next level, which is called as the hunt next. When I say hunt next, you go bigger, better, and bolder. Sounds good? So now once you have completed this entire class 6, which typically would be covered in less than just 37 days. Okay, this entire thing is going to be on 37 days because I want you to be actually taming the beast inside you. When I say 37 days, calculate it, guys. 37 days multiplied by 24 hours becomes 888 hours. And 37 days, if you multiply by 6 hours, 6 hours is the duration of your sleep time, it becomes 222. But if you subtract the entire 24 hours and the 6 hours of your sleep, the remaining time is the wake up time where I want you to control the beast inside you. So if you are able to see the subtraction, very basic mathematics, 888 minus 222 becomes 666. And this is something that if you are able to search Google or any other places, you will find that this is the number of the beast. And when I say number of the beast, this is where you will be controlling the entire energy of your, and you will be able to focus and probably convex all this energy to one point of becoming the next version of you, which is called as the hunter. Now, having said that, the 666 hours is something which will be made available in front of you, where you go the next level, evolve to the version 2.0, become the transformer of your life. And now you, once you have completed all these things, there are a lot of small assignments are there in each of the classes. And once you successfully do these assignments in less than 37 days, only then you get a bonus class. And what exactly is in the bonus class? I'm going to give you a sneak peek out here. The bonus class, I call it as the Get an SBI account. SBI is not State Bank of India, but State Bank of, there is a next structure. I call it as the structured business integration. Okay, now structured business integration has a lot of things. Okay, I might not be able to talk about all these things in this teaser video, but also I'm going to talk to you about what exactly happens, how exactly the entire operation works when I talk about UBH, how UBH, the entire facility works. When I say about operations, I'm talking about how the online applications. I'm going to give you something about 20 different applications, online applications, which are structurally free, that can actually skyrocket your entire thing and make you as an OMA. What is an OMA? It is the one-man army lifestyle. And I'm going to talk to you about all these automations that single-handedly you can manage almost all social medias, positionings, credibility, PR, All these structures is possible now, and I am just talking about something that we are just about the near of it. I've been doing it with a lot of different kind of brands, but now this is the time where you can do it as well along with me. So you will be designing all these things along with me, guys. On the bonus 7 session, I'm going to share you all these applications which you can use. Number 3 is the communication connoisseur. So in this place, I'm going to teach you about how to become the wizard of words. I had been ranking 1 in Urban Pro in India, which is a platform where a lot of teachers, trainers, coach, mentors are there. Out of probably a lakh of people who are there, I'm ranking right now number 1 from last 4 years, and teach people on content and copywriting, structures. So I have been seeing a lot of people, they write content, they copy from Google, they write something, they get into this all this adjective, verbs and grammars and punctuation, vocabulary. Bullshit. You don't need all these things. I'm going to give you everything where you do not need actually to learn about all this grammar, because you have got all the applications that can take care of it, right? You really just need to press one button and all the mistakes are erased. I'm going to give you all these artificial intelligence kind of a boost that by which you can actually make this entire thing flawless. So in the bonus sessions, you're going to get all the structured informations, how you can become the next version of it. Guys, in this entire bonus session, I'm going to give you my 3 hours of concept called as 10 to 0, which is a definitive 10 minutes workability every month, every day. If you are able to do it, you will be able to design your own destiny. It's a proved thing, and I take a guarantee of this. The next thing I'm going to share you about the highest level of perfecting your productivity against procrastinations. So now just understand, a hunter is somebody who can actually go out. He's more trained, like might be a commandos or the Navy SEALs, who can actually do all these things all alone. The next level is I'm going to share you how exactly you can become a master in all these things, and only you can become somebody as the next level of Pathfinder. And I'm going to share you with my one I think it is around half an hour of a course, which is called as Path of Mastery Defined, where I share all the possible milestones which are there to make someone as a human form of a god. And I give the example of Lata Mangeshkar, Tendulkar, Amitabh Bachchan, who have actually reached to the god level, guys. And this is all the structures that every of these legends, living legends, have lived their life. So with that, I wish you all the best. And I want you to understand that this is just the start of the next level of game. Many people might have a problem because of this, the structure of the business I'm going to show, because if I do it, I think probably there is a problem with lots of industries and universities and all these guys who are into managing all these things. Typically, they might not have a business once the first level of guys comes out, because this is something which is going to be spreading like a wildfire. And if you are somebody interested, you are the first person to be the viral part of it, the viral particle. Well, you don't have to be the COVID, but here I'm talking about the next level where you can hunt the COVID business as well. So looking forward to hear from you. That's all the presentation from my side. Thank you so much for being with me. It is a pleasure to have an exciting, amazing structure. I'm equivalently excited. As you can see, I'm talking so fast that I cannot hold my breath. And with that, I would like to stop this entire session and wish you all the best. Stay blessed, stay inside, but yes, take the risk to step out to the new world of success. Bye-bye. Take care.